Welcome to Moment with Opeyemi. My name is Olagbemi Opeyemi Solomon. I welcome you to another episode of discussion about farm animal. In my last episode dropped, I speak about the classification of farm animal, where I said farm animal are classified into the number of stomach or the digestive system, the body size, the mode of reproduction, the classes, the form, the habitats, and based on their uses. And in the last episode drop, I was able to speak about only three, which is the classification based on habitat, the classification based on body size, and the classification based on mode of reproduction, that is mode of giving birth. Now, this is the concluding part of that note of that subscribe to this YouTube channel and click on notification button, like this page, drop your comment, subscribe so that you'll be aware of any new topic drop. Don't forget that I'll be taking us through the world talking about animal husbandry. So I'm going to conclude it today, classification of farm animal, whereby we are going to talk about classification of farm animal based on mode of nutrition, or mode of the number of stomach that they possess, and also we are going to talk about the classes whereby the animal belongs to, and also we are going to talk about briefly about the uses, classes, the usefulness of it. To start with, let's talk to mention number of stomach, digestion, nutrition, and alimentary canal. The four words, they are the same thing. So if you come across any words, any one of these words, you know very well that we are still referring to the same thing. We are referring to the same thing. So when we talk about the number of stomach that animal possess, we are talking about the mode of nutrition, what the animal feed on, how food digests in the body of the animal. The animal can be classified based on how food digests. Now, under this category, farm animals are classified into two. They are subcategorized or classified into two. That is, we have monogastric animal, which is also known as non-ruminant, and polygastric animal, which is also known as ruminant animal. So, polygastric animal, which is also known as ruminant animal, monogastric animal, which is also known as non-ruminant. Now, let's start with monogastric animal. These are the animals that possess one single stomach. I repeat, monogastric animal or non-ruminant animal, they are called monogastric animal, non-ruminant animal, not because of anything, but because they possess one single stomach. And that single stomach is called true stomach. True is called true stomach inside it. So that is why, not that maybe when you are seeing some animals, you will see them with four stomach. No, we are not talking about that. We are talking about internally, the stomach that they possess internally. Ruminant animal, non-ruminant animal possess one stomach. Why ruminant animal, which is polygastric animal, they are called polygastric animal or ruminant animal because they possess four stomach chamber. And the four stomach chamber that they possess include, in arranging order, it has rumen, which is the first stomach, reticulum, which is the second, omasum, which is the third, and abomasum, which is the fourth. So ruminant animal, which is polygastric animal, they possess four stomach chamber. Rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. So that is polygastric or ruminant animal for you, and they have their characteristics. But let me speak later about their characteristics, or the differences between the two, the differences between monogastric and polygastric. Number one, the first differences between the two is that monogastric animal, they possess one single stomach, like I said earlier, Why polygastric animal possess 4 stomach chamber. Number 2, monogastric animal do not feed on cellulose and fiber properly, but polygastric animal feed on cellulose and fiber properly. 3, non-ruminant animal cannot depend on grasses and legumes. Monogastric animal, non-ruminant animal do not depend on grasses and legumes, but polygastric animal they feed mainly on grass. Monogastric animal also they regurgitate, they rechew the corn. That is why whenever you see some animal, after eating, they will still rechew the corn. Now, let's now talk about the example of both monogastric animal and polygastric animal. Example of monogastric animal, we have domestic fowl, which is a poultry bird. Domestic fowl, rabbit, pig. They are example of non-ruminant animal. Why polygastric animal, which is ruminant animal, we have cattle, we have sheep, we have goats. Remember, don't forget that we are talking about the animal that we can domesticate. So we are not going to go beyond animal that we can domesticate. Remember, there are many animals that we cannot domesticate. Even when we domesticate them, we rear them in our environment, in our home. At the end of the day, they harm the owner. But this time, having said that, you also should pick up point and come up with the differences and anything you can discuss about this classification. Now, let's move on. The second classification that I'm going to talk about today, which is the 4th classification of farm animal. Farm animal are also classified based on the classes they belong. Remember, I said earlier in the last episode, I speak about the classification of farm animal based on mode of reproduction. This time around, farm animals are classified based on the classes they belong. And under this category, they are subclassified, they are subcategorized into 2. That is, mammals and aves. A-V-E-S. Mammals and aves. Now, mammals, they are called mammals because of some facts, because of some reasons. They are called mammals. Why? Because they give birth to their younger ones alive. They are called mammals because they go through parturition. They are called mammals because they possess mammary gland that we also call udder. U-D-D-E-R. Now, mammals are the animal that give birth to their young ones alive. They go through gestation, they go through parturition. So these are mammals. These are mammals. Examples of mammals, we have cattle, sheep, goats, rabbits, and horse and the likes. They are mammals. They are the animal that give birth to their young ones alive. They carry pregnancy, they go through gestation period, and they give birth to their young ones alive. Now, the second classification of animals based on the classes they belong to, we have aves. A-V-E-S. A-V-E-S. So, under this category, they are called aves. Why? Because, remember we said earlier, their mode of reproduction, we have oviparity and viviparity. The mode of reproduction and the classes that they belong to, we are going to correlate the two together. Now, mammals give birth to their young ones. Why? Aves, they do not give birth to their young ones. Instead, they lay egg. They go through what we call brooding. They lay egg and they brood, and there will be hatching. The egg will be hatched. H-A-T-C-H-E-D. The egg will be hatched after so many days. For example, in domestic fowl egg will be hatched after 21 days. Turkey and geese or duck, geese, they are going to use like 28 to 31 days. It's only turkey that uses more than that. No, ostrich use more than that. So any animal that, I do say this for you to be able to differentiate between mammals and apes. Apes are the animal that, I do say this, apes are the animal that can fly, that possess feather, that possess wing, that they can fly. And you can imagine that the apes, when we're talking about apes, we have poultry bird, we have domestic fowl, we have turkey, we have geese, we have duck, we have ostrich. These are the animal that belongs to this that we are called apes. They lay egg. Now, classification of farm animal is classification of animal based on their usefulness to man. Now, under this, remember I've discussed about the usefulness of farm animal to man before, but let me just recap. I'm not going to do more explanation on it now. Based on the usefulness, their uses. 1. Farm animal are used for food. 2. Farm animal are used as a source of hide and skin. 3. Farm animal are used as a source of horn. They are horn, HORN, that they use to produce many things that we use on our clothes. And also, we can derive milk, milk, from farm animal. Also, source of manure. Animal are reared. Some animal, their manure is used to enrich the soil. Also, source of eggs. Farm animal, rearing farm animal, especially the apes, we can derive eggs from them. And also, farm animal serve as source of blood. In today's activity, this time around, in animal feed production, blood meal is included, and research has shown that blood meal has protein. The protein level that blood meal can add to farm animal is somehow high. Not even protein level alone, I think vitamin is also there. Mineral vitamin can be derived from blood meal. So blood is also one of the uses that can usefulness that can derive from farm animal. Bone, and last but not the least, feather. In some environment, some culture, they make use of feather. They add feather to the cap. In some tribe, they make use of feather. When you want to buy pillowcase, they make use of feather. Even in some clothes that we do wear, they make use of feather. So that is all about the classification of farm animal based on the uses. In conclusion, I said earlier that we have 6 classification of farm animal. Farm animal are classified based or according to the number of stomach, that is the digestive system. Number 2, the body size. Number 3, based on the habitat. Number 4, based on the mode of reproduction. And number 5, based on the classes. And number 6, based on the uses that they be. For more information, for more inquiry, drop your comments to this under this video. Drop a comment, or you come to my social media and you ask any question. Just search for Oluwagemi Opeyemi Solomon on Facebook, Instagram, or on Twitter, and you're going to have access to me. Just drop your comments, drop your suggestion, and we are good to go. Join my league of friends, and we'll be glad together. So you are going to do good for yourself by subscribing to this page. Subscribe to this page, click on notification button and like this video. And by subscribing to this page, click on notification button and like this video, and for you to be aware of all. Subscribe to this page, click on notification button and like this video, and for you to be aware of all the content that we drop. That is all for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.